Back at you here on the Morning Brew. We've moved over to the couch. Want to introduce a gentleman who's visiting us from California, right, John?
I grew up in California, but I actually live in Arizona now.
Oh, good.
Right outside of Phoenix.
He's a stuntmaster, and he is John Parker. We kind of met through Facebook or something, didn't we?
Exactly.
And you said, hey, I'm going to be in town. Can I come on the show?
Yep, and I'm happy to be here.
Great to see you. Thank you for coming.
I'm actually going to be performing this evening, so it's a good warm-up, a 5 a.m. warm-up for a 6 o'clock show tonight at Legacy Church.
You might need a little nap, just a little power nap before
5
tonight.
minutes. I'm good at those.
Are you good? Yeah. So, John, I want to read a little bit about your success, because I know you're very humble, but I want our viewers to realize and recognize some of your achievements. Is that okay?
Of course.
You've competed at the X Games 11 times.
Yes, 11.
And you've brought home 4 medals from that event.
Yep.
Okay. And you've won the MTV Sports and Music Festival twice.
Yes.
And you've earned a gold at the Gravity Games, and you've won numerous ASA World Tour events. Incredible. On your bike.
On my bike. It's crazy because I just turned 40 this past, like 2 months ago. And I'm still riding a little kid's bike. And I get to travel around the world, putting on shows, meeting cool people, and doing cool stuff. So I'm very fortunate.
That's the coolest.
Now, what are you going to do at Legacy Church tonight?
You know, tonight's really cool and special because not only will I be performing, I'll be talking to the kids, talking to the group, talking to everyone about how I became a pro bike rider, the physical side of it and the mental side of it, the things that helped me become successful, if you will, you know, in what I want to do, following my dreams to the end and make them worthwhile.
So when did you start freestyle?
It's funny you should mention that because I just finished, or I'm well into, I shouldn't say, I'm in editing on a book about freestyle. It's a fictional character, but it's me and when I started and why I started. So I started in junior high, just playing around doing little tricks, and then took it from there. So I've been doing it about 25 years. It took me 25 years to become a natural.
Yeah, to make it look easy.
Exactly.
Do we have a little video of John doing his thing? And then what he's going to do, I'll tell you what, let's do it this way. We're going to show the video, and then you're going to do a trick here in the studio, right?
Yep.
Can we do it now?
Let's do it. I got my
Let's run the video. And John's going to get ready with his bike. Whoa!
Larry. Oh my gosh.
Good story about that.
They go for it.
Well, all right. John's brought his bike and his helmet, and he's going to do a trick for us here in the studio. Go ahead and show us what you can do.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa. Little tight here.
Oh my gosh.
Running out of room.
That's okay.
Wear your helmet out there is one thing I want to mention.
Now, do you have to do anything special to that bike other than the things that you can stand on? Is it?
Well, oddly enough, when I first started riding, to go out and get a really good bike was probably $600 for an entry-level good bike. Nowadays, you can get a good bike for quite a bit less.
Oh, that's
and you can also spend a lot more. But essentially, these come in handy. These are called pegs. So you can stand on them. And when you do ride ramps, you can grind on them, having front and back brakes. But any bike will do. I started out on a little something I found in the garage and polished up.
Did you ever scare yourself doing some of this stuff?
Every day. And that's why it's fun, because you can always push yourself. There's really no limit to the amount of tricks you can do, the spins you can do, and the different maneuvers.
The flips and everything else.
Exactly. My specialty is vert ramps, riding big ramps. And once you're in the air, the sky's the limit, they say.
Yes.
How high can you go on some of those ramps?
Our typical competition ramp is about 13.5 feet tall, and you can go another 14 feet above that.
Hey, John, can I ask you, what are your shows like?
The shows, well, we have two different styles of shows. When I'm personally there talking to people, I like to blend in the real world into our mythical world of BMX and make it relevant to kids. So we talk a lot about, you know, the important things that helped us become riders and become successful in everything we do, really. And then our special event show is just nonstop craziness. We bring in the biggest, bestest riders and the biggest, bestest ramp, and we put on 20 minutes of nonstop action. So when people leave our show, they're riled up and ready to come on to the morning brew, have a cup of Java, and talk about what they saw.
So cool. And what can we learn from riding a bike?
I always say you can learn a lot riding a bike. One of the biggest things I learned is having a dream that's worthwhile and following it through to the end. Every time I work on a new trick, every time I do a new performance, every time I speak somewhere, I have a vision of where I want it to be and a reason that I'm there, a purposeful reason. And following that through is always super important. And that's one thing you learn riding a bike. You could give up on a trick after a day or two and never go anywhere. Maybe you go away with a couple bruises and a bruised ego, or you can follow it through to the end, and the sense of accomplishment you get out of it, the good feeling, the pride, takes you everywhere.
You can meet John tonight, Legacy Church, what time, 6 o'clock?
We're going to start at 6, and we'll be there till 8 or so.
Beautiful.
It's going to be rad.
There you go.
Yeah. Be rad.
John Parker's StuntMaster, stunt bike here on the Morning Brew. Thank you, John. Great to meet you.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you, John.
Back in a sec. More to come.